Hi friends, welcome to day 1 of our little core challenge. Today we're learning how to properly engage so that we can effectively strengthen the core. Start by coming down onto your hands and knees. We're going to do a little exercise so you can feel the difference when we're engaging the core. Stack shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Inhale to the belly, and as you exhale, zip up the core and engage as well as you can. If you're properly engaged here, you should be able to lift up one arm off the mat or one knee and have everything else stay relatively stable and secure. Moving side to side, front and back, you should feel the core on and working in your favor. Now relax. Do that same thing, try to lift up a limb, and you'll see that everything else has to move and compensate. That is the difference between properly engaging. It keeps the rest of your body safe and secure while you're doing yoga or exercising or anything throughout your day. Make your way onto your back, bending the knees and planting the soles of the feet on the mat and all of the spine on the mat. Bringing your arms up to a bent position with your elbows, we call this cactus arms. Engage the core to make your entire spine contact the mat. You shouldn't be able to slide your hands underneath your back. Everything should be connected there if you're properly engaged in the core. So it means rocking your pelvis under a little bit to make sure all of your spine is on the mat. Inhale here, and as you exhale, lift right hand and left knee until they connect, pressing against one another as your entire exhale, and then inhale them back to your starting position. Take the opposite hand to knee, right knee pressing against the palm of the left hand, pressing against each other the whole time you're exhaling, inhaling back to the start position. Do 5 to 8 of these on each side, exhaling as you engage the core and press knee and hand equally against each other, and inhaling back down to the floor. Take this at your own pace. This is what's going to teach your core to activate those transverse abdominals in a really safe and controlled way. Remember that each time you return to that start position, take a big inhale through the belly and then completely exhale as you press knee and hand together, connecting all the spine to the mat, especially that lower back. When you've completed at least 5 reps on each side, come back to that starting position and relax there, focusing on deep belly breaths. Remaining on your back, we're going to lift the legs to the sky in a waterfall pose. So taking the feet up to the ceiling, your legs do not have to be perfectly straight. Again, we're focusing on just keeping the connection of the low back to the mat. Place the hands by the hips. We're going to rock the feet side to side, lifting one hip off the mat and using those abdominals to bring the feet back to center. Go to the right and bring it back to center. To the left, bring it back to center. You can use your palms on the mat to help stabilize here, but what you really want to focus on is pretend like the only muscles you can use are those abdominals and core to bring your feet back to center, rocking yourself away and bringing it back. Shoot for 10 or 12 each direction, rocking back and forth, but don't let momentum take over. Use that core strength to bring the feet back to center each time, keeping the connection of the low back on the mat. When you finish, hug the knees into the chest, relaxing the core, and take those big belly breaths. When you've had a moment, bring the feet back to the mat. Knees are still bent. We're going to take an eagle position, crossing right knee over the top of the left. And then for our eagle arms, bring the hands up to the sky, crossing right arm underneath left, make an X, and then continue wrapping the arms around each other till the hands meet in your eagle arms. Raise the shins so they're parallel to the floor. Inhale here, exhale to bring elbows and knees together in a crunch position, and inhale back out. Each exhale activating the core to bring knee and elbow together and lifting the shoulder blades off the mat. Shoot for 8 reps here. When you've reached your reps, unwind the arms and legs and take the opposite side, so left knee crosses over top. And as you bring the arms up, left arm goes underneath, wrapping the arms around and then lifting the shins up. Inhale and then exhale to bring them together, using just that core and abdominal strength to draw knee and elbow towards each other, keeping the breath steady and going at your own pace. Amazing job. Those are so hard. Unwind and relax on your back. Place one hand on your belly as you take these big belly breaths, relaxing the core, feeling the belly rise and fall with your breath. Take a moment here before we take one more round of each of those exercises. Returning to your cactus arms position. Inhale here, exhale to press opposite hand and knee against each other, engaging the whole exhale and inhale back down. Alternating sides and going at your own pace and following your own breath. Use that belly breath throughout this whole exercise, inhaling big and exhaling fully, holding that press. Wherever you are on your reps, do one more press each side, inhaling back to the start position, and then take the feet up to the ceiling in your waterfall pose. Arms are down by your hips, and rocking back and forth. Take it to one side and bring it back to center. Nice and steady, using the breath to keep your abdominals switched on. Zipping up the core and pressing that lower back into the mat each time you come back to center. Aim for about 20 reps of this total. Go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. You're doing amazing and we're almost finished. Come back to your eagle leg position on the right side, crossing right over left, and then winding up the arms. Inhale and then exhale to touch elbow and knees together. Exhaling each time you lift up those shoulder blades and engage that core, using those abdominals to lift the shoulders up off of the mat. Aim for 8 on each side, switching whenever you're ready to your other eagle position, and doing those same 8 reps. When you finish the second side, unwind, come back to your relaxed position, place the hands on the belly, and breathe deep there, relaxing those muscles and letting the heart rate come down a bit. For our last thing, we're going to kind of give ourselves a test of engaging properly in the abdominals. We're going to come to that waterfall position and slowly start to lower the legs towards the floor, keeping them straight. When you get to the point where you feel your lower back start to lift off the mat, that is when you stop, bend the knees, and come back to your first position, lifting the feet up to the ceiling. Inhale here and exhale to engage, slowly lowering the legs, seeing if maybe each time you try you can get the feet a little bit lower before you have to bend and return back to the first starting position. Aim for 4 or 5 lowers here, taking a break in between if you need, and keeping the breath nice and even and steady. Again, breathing into the belly and zipping up that core as much as you can, engaging properly to press the spine against the mat. When you get to the point where you can't keep the back down, that's when you come back to the start. Go ahead and hug the knees into the chest one more time. Come to your relaxed position on the back and place hands on the belly for those big, relaxing belly breaths, deep and even. You've done amazing. These exercises are so difficult. Come back tomorrow for day 2, where we're going to use this proper engagement that we've learned and find new creative ways to strengthen our entire core.